the good old boy system. That's a down south term, good old boy. Yeah, man, they only hire the good old boys over there. And what they mean is they only hire their buddies. Their buddies, people they can control, that's the only people they hire. Look, I remember talking with this guy, right? And we both had an acquaintance we both knew, right? I said, man, you know such and such? He said, yeah, I know him. I said, man, he done moved up pretty good in with the company. He said, man, I was in class with him, bro. I was in a class with him. I said, oh, I said, yeah, I think he was top of the class. That's why he got the job he got. Nah, that ain't what it is. There was other brothers, when he met black people, there was other brothers in that class that had same rankings as him. Look, this is how they do it. There was other brothers in the class had same ranking as him. The only reason John got the job, they could tolerate John. See, John ain't gonna talk back. They don't feel threatened by John. So they feel threatened by me. Malcolm, his name was Malcolm. They feel threatened by me. See, they can look John in his eyes. They can't look me in my eyes. They can't, because they know I ain't gonna go for anything. So that's why they gave John the job. Yep. And John is sitting in his own personal office look, we was on day shift. John is sitting in his own personal office. It is 30 degrees out here. John is sitting in his office drinking Folgers. And me and you have 5 different layers of clothes on, and we out here in the trenches. There is no glory in the trenches. There is no glory in the trenches. Don't you ever forget that. If y'all don't remember nothing else I say, remember this. There is no glory in the trenches. Look, when you go off to war, the only person who is remembered is the captain, general, lieutenant. Nobody remember the po joker from Bucktown, Mississippi, who died in the trenches with the guy from Arkansas, with the guy from Alabama, and with the guy from Texas. Nobody remember those guys that died in the trenches. But we will forever remember the guy, burn the boats. Because if we have nowhere to return, we must proceed on. So burn the boats. I'm commanding you to burn the boats. And he lived to tell the story. But what about half your comrade that died? There's no glory in the trenches. And there's no glory being strong and bold on the job. John will move up. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how this plays out. Because both of those guys was on that job I left both of them guys on that job for 20 years. And guess what? Both of those guys are still on that job. And guess what? They about to fight. Guess what? John has moved up even more in the company. And Malcolm is still at the bottom, making $32 an hour. Today, it is 42 degrees, and he's layered up. As of today, he's layered up on the job because it's too cold outside. And John, what time it is? John had already made his rounds. John probably have left the yard to go get him some breakfast from Waffle House. And John ain't got 2-3 layers of clothes on. Malcolm do. There's no glory in the trenches. And there's no glory being stuck on your tools on the job for 40 years. Yeah, I ain't moving up. They ain't gonna run me over. I ain't one of them. They know not to give me the job. They know not to give me the position. They asked me 15 times if I wanted to be supervisor. They only move up who they can threat and manipulate. They can't play with me. They can't do me like that. Listen, John will never break his ankle working on the job. John will never hurt himself on the job. John don't have to hear about safety meetings. Y'all be careful when y'all climbing these ladders. Y'all pulling these lines. Y'all going in and out of these tanks. John don't have to worry about that. Malcolm do. There's a 30% chance Malcolm can get hurt today on the job. There is a 1% chance John will get hurt today on the job. I got a paper cut and filing these papers. And my back, man, from sitting down in that Tempur-Pedic chair for over 15 years. You choose your hard, bro. It ain't nothing hard about what John doing. Everybody can do John's job. Now, Malcolm, we got guys out here that can do your job, but, man, keep on doing what you're doing. You see that? There's no glory in the trenches. There's no glory in the trenches.